It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, August 28, 2018. It is 7 a.m.
It's a nice day.
Yeah, it is.
It's still another humid, not a
hot.
I
humid,
like the cooler mornings. I like the.
I do too. You know,
this was a little humid.
60
for me
degrees
this morning,
with low humidity, but anyway.
It means that it's going to be a hot day.
You know, I know what's causing that. It's summer. It's the last week of August. If it was 32 degrees out there, it'd be making news, you know. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. And you doing all right?
I'm doing good.
Yep.
Doing good. Yep. Bright-eyed, bushy tail.
Let's stand up and see that bushy tail.
It scares people.
Forget it.
I can't do it on camera. There is a regulation out there that
no bushy tails on local TV.
No bushy tails, because I had to drop my drawers to do it, and that wouldn't be. Nobody's wanting to see that.
No. Yeah, listen, Bob over here. We're all enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee and their cinnamon rolls. So be sure to check out the 3 locations in Mountain Home. Brewed Awakening, the best coffee in town. Brewed
Do you have
Awakening.
one of those cinnamon rolls hanging around
Hey,
here?
Tommy, pass that down. We got Tommy Land here along with Bob Sadora this morning. You want me to hold it up? You got to.
Yeah.
Where you want
I'm
it?
going
Right
to put
there?
it on you here.
There you go.
There we go. Look at the size of them
How's
things.
that for a cinnamon roll?
That is a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
They taste even better than they look.
I've got a spare. Somebody come on down, have coffee and a cinnamon roll with us. So
Better hurry.
Better hurry. 3 locations for Brewed Awakening to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, which is our hospital here in Mountain Home. And, of course, Highway 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. 3 locations. The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking muddy water.
It's a lot better slogan than what Bob says.
Boy. Not this Bob Rechtenwald.
Bob Rechtenwald's got a slogan.
We can't even hear what Rechtenwald said.
I got to beep him out every time.
Yeah. Beep. Yeah. Embarrassing sometimes.
It's a nice slogan. You just can't use it on TV. That's all.
And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas brings you morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas, when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes with the utmost in professionalism, dignity, respect, and honor for your loved one. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. Pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, this morning as we visit with our friend Tommy Land, Lord, I want to express my thanks for giving candidates that are Christians with Christian values. Being an elected official takes time away from family and other activities, yet these people like Tommy Land are called to lead. Lord, give our candidates wisdom and guidance and protect our elected leaders. Grant them wisdom and protect them from harm as well. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. With all our respect across the state of Arkansas, Roller Funeral Homes. Right?
You got it.
You know, when
Great
Brad was here, you know, the professionalism.
But it runs
how
down,
do you deal with that?
It runs down the whole line from the owners down. I mean, if you ever get a chance to meet them, they're just down to earth, great people.
Before we get to the weather, brought to you by Greg's Farm Services, I have another child abduction emergency. This is different from yesterday's. Now, the child yesterday was found about 2 o'clock. She was taken and was held safe at the Jacksonville, Arkansas Police Department this morning. Amber Alert has been issued for Kara Griffin, a white female born on February 17, 2017, 2 feet tall, 25 pounds. She has sandy brown hair, brown eyes. She went missing this morning.
She's abducted by her father.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe traveling with Gary Phillips, a 29-year-old white male. Subject is 6 feet tall. Vehicle unknown at this time. This is down around Kensett, Arkansas.
White.
What all you got?
He's in a 2018 Jeep Cherokee with Arkansas temporary plates.
That was yesterday's.
Well, that's the one that they're pushing today. For
Really? This one here right now, they got vehicle unknown at this time.
I don't know.
Call 501-742-5454. That one just popped up, 5:52 this morning.
Yeah.
Boy, what's going on with this stuff?
Yeah.
Crazy. Morning weather brought to you by Greg Farm Services. On the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg's Farm Services. We'll check out the store specials and announcements. You love this one. If it holds water, it's on sale.
It's cool. I don't know what it is about it. I just think it's cool.
10 to 50% off.
Ankles,
Here's the thing, because there's not too much they have in that store I can't make hold water of some kind. So I think
Funny.
I should get that discount.
Yeah.
Like cat litter and everything.
Yeah. Stock takes, water buckets, sprayers, bird baths, chick waters, garden hoses, pet bowls, sprinklers, you name it. If it holds water, it's on sale. 10 to 50% off. Check out the Radius E-Series suspension 52-inch mower deck for $5,599 or $127 a month. And be sure to check out the details underneath that. The FlexRack garden hose 50-foot length for $19.99. Better bucket sale, $9.99 for a 20-quart bucket. All kinds of great savings going on right now at Greg's Farm Services. We'll check the morning weather now. We have, it's already 76 degrees.
See what I mean?
Whew.
It's not got that cool, crisp morning that I'm looking for, but
Sticky.
Yeah.
sticky and
Not
yucky.
like the rolls. 76 in Mountain Home, 74 at Harrison, 74 at Hardy, 72 at Mountain View, 77 already in Yellville, 72 at Marshall. Calico Rock along the beautiful White River at 76. Around the region, St. Louis at 74, Poplar Bluff at 74, Branson 73, West Plains at 74. We're all holding that mid-70s already. But in contrast, Watford City, North Dakota is a pleasant 50 degrees this morning, which is about 40 miles south of the Canadian border. On the radar, the only shower activity really picking up is still up in Michigan, over the lake and to the east of Lake Michigan. It trails back into Wisconsin, parts of Illinois, then other shower activity trailing off from South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa, where they really need the rain. I might hit that. Looks like a pretty heavy storm right up in here.
Okay.
Heavy little storm right up there in northwest Iowa. And of course, you know, we've been looking at the drought monitors for Missouri, and I'm sure with extreme northern Missouri being as dry as it is, southern Iowa and places like that are just as dry. So, doesn't look like much going on. A little bit over here in Oklahoma, but I think that's going to be what's going to trigger the showers that are predicted for Wednesday and Thursday here. Checking the highways in Arkansas, 62 412 east and west is clear. Highway 65 north-south Branson, Little Rock. Highway 67 167 Batesville, Poplar Bluff from Little Rock in good shape. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas.
You got everybody staring at your little screen monitor, and they
That's
don't
good
know
there.
that they realize all the graphics are up there on the big TV too. If it's
You watch them
easier
there too?
Over here.
Checking the St. Louis stop. I-70 Columbia to St. Louis, I-44 Rolla east to St. Louis in good shape. 64 interstate out of St. Louis towards Mount Vernon in good shape. I-70 Vandalia Effingham looks like it's in good shape as well. I-55 coming in Sykeston to St. Louis in good shape as we speak with no precip there. Southwest Missouri, I-44 Joplin, Springfield. Looks like a little bit picking up between Lebanon and Rolla. That may be one of those radar things where they got it cranked up trying to find a drop of water on mosquito's nose out there. But other than that, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Forecast, I think we've got some shower activity coming up.
It's supposed to be cooling down.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Look at Illinois and Missouri here. St. Louis area with a heat warning. The farm area of Illinois and eastern Missouri is under a heat advisory along with parts of New England. Well, boy, it makes you wonder, how can St. Louis be that hot?
It's always hot in the summer.
Oh,
it's in
yeah.
the bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And you got Memphis, Tennessee, 200 miles to the south, and they're not in the heat advisory. But I guess the high pressure system's a little bit more prevalent up there. But taking a look at the forecast once I get it locked in here. Don't you love just how we do this? For today, high of 91 with sunshiny skies. Wednesday, 50% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 87. Wednesday night, 40% chance of showers, low of 70. Thursday, it continues with shower activity with 60% chance, a high of 84. On Friday, chance of showers is only 20%, high of 88. We're back to 90 degrees on Saturday.
Dun, dun, dun.
A little bit of relief. The drought monitors stay the same. First, we'll check the Forestry Commission. We've got no burn bans in the state of Arkansas. Now, this is the wildfire danger. No wildfire dangers, but it's a low wildfire danger. It doesn't mean you just light a tree on fire. Any burn bans in the state, all 72 counties have no burn bans issued at this time. And once again, the Missouri drought monitor, north of the Missouri River, as you can see, is just pretty dry. It's a D4 exceptional drought. Get a little bit better down here in southwest Missouri, in Lawrence County, Berry counties, Polk and Greene counties here in Missouri. In Arkansas, Very light. Most of the state a D0, if none at all, which is the white areas. Baxter County here is a D0, abnormally dry. And so we've been blessed with some rain right here. Anyway, community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing. If you need help with housing, call Affordable Housing 741-2883. The second annual Cotter Block Party, Friday, September 7th from 6 to 9. Well, that's going to be fun. Join us this year at our annual Cotter Neighborhood Block Parties. The way it works, get a group of friends and neighbors together, have a potluck. Oh, man. Potluck, grill some burgers.
I remember I grew up having block parties, and
Really?
it seemed like they've went away, but all of our areas.
Man, it sounds like fun.
We
Yeah,
had
it
a
is.
nice run with that last year.
Yeah.
We
Pull the
had-
mic up. Tell us
I'm
about
sorry.
it.
Yeah, we had they started it off again last year, and just a little law enforcement out there and trying to get people to cooperate and work together.
Fun.
Trying to make the neighborhood better, and Cotter's great places. You and I.
Oh, fun town. Love
So,
Cotter.
they're,
This is a community law enforcement relationship building event. Come out and meet your neighbors, get to know your city law enforcement, first responders. Wow. Contact Cotter City Hall at 870-435-2122. Let us know the address so law enforcement and first responders can stop by. Man, that's cool.
Yeah,
Be a lot of
That
fun.
is fun.
Yeah. So they had games, and we had food and snacks, and people went from block to block. A little map that'll come out saying
Yeah.
there's going to be one here, one there, one there. This church by that school. It was real cool. Very
That's
good.
cool.
That is a good idea. Man, burgers and buffet. So, somebody's grilling some burgers, bring a big old pot of baked beans and some chips and some salsa and all that stuff. Man, that's a lot of fun. Once again, the second annual Cotter Community Block Party, Friday, September 7th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Stop by.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. The Baxter County Fair Pageant, September 8th, 2018 at 6 o'clock at Dunbar Auditorium. To register, go to www.baxtercountyfair.org through September 5th. Division for girls age 3 to 21. Division for boys age 3 to 5. For more information, contact Sherry at 870-404-1030. Email bcfairpageant@gmail.com. Sponsored by the Baxter County Fair Association. The Enlightened Women's Conference, Educate, Equip, Empower, shedding light on darkness in our region, taking a stand against the enemy, taking back our children. Saturday, September 29th at Real Life Church, 1326 Rossi Road, from 9 to 4, $30 per ticket. For more information, contact Care Center Ministries at 870-701-5078. Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. Coming up, Bob Zadora, Marion County Republican Chairman, along with Tommy Land, our candidate for.
State Land Commissioner.
There you go. We're going to be visiting with him right after this. So stick around, be right
Man
back.
was born for the job.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:15, almost 7:16. Tommy Lance here, Bob Zador's here, and we got to get him elected. How you doing, Tommy?
Good, doing good. Beautiful morning to be out and about. A little warm and sticky, but Mountain Home's always a beautiful place to be.
Good to have you here, and along with Bob, and running for Land Commissioner, State Commissioner of Lands. What's the official title?
The official title is Commissioner of State Lands.
Commissioner of State Lands. Yeah. Tell us about that job. What did it do?
You know, the Land Commissioner's office, not a well-known office. Give you a little bit of a civics lesson here. Arkansas has 7 constitutional offices: Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, State Treasurer, State Auditor, State Land Commissioner. Those 7 offices serve a 4-year term, and they have a 2-term limit. And they would be considered, I guess, the executive branch of Arkansas state government. The Land Commissioner's office isn't a very well-known office because it's not a policy-making office. It's an office that provides a service and does a job for the people of the state of Arkansas. And the number 1 job of the Land Commissioner's office is dealing with tax delinquent real estate all over the state of Arkansas. Yep. And they collect the taxes on tax delinquent real estate either by redemption or auction, and that property, that monies are returned back to your county to help pay for your schools and roads. You know, a good thing about about an auction, and normally when you think about a tax delinquent auction, you don't have a positive impression. But a good thing to remember about that is this: when that property is in the Land Commissioner's office, who controls it? The state. Yeah. But when you have an auction, you put that real estate back in the hands of private citizens. That's right. And personally, I believe that's what we ought to do with property in the state of Arkansas. Real estate has been a great investment for me, and over the years, my very best investment. And that opportunity at the auction gives everyone an opportunity to get into the real estate market, purchase real estate, and perhaps profit from it, hopefully. And so I think it's a great thing that the Land Commissioner's office does. Rather than just hang on to the property as the state of Arkansas, no, we're going to return that right back to the hands of private individuals. And of course, that also puts that property back in the tax
roll.
That's
right.
The
whole thing. It's helping these counties generate more income.
Correct. And you know, I mean, it's a basic economic fact. The larger tax base you have, the less each individual should have to pay. Sure. So that we get that property back in the tax base, then hopefully that'll help keep our taxes low. Because I can tell you what, everybody's tired of paying taxes.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
And you know, I describe it like this: if you want to raise $1,000, you want 10 people giving 100 or 100 people giving 10.
Correct.
You know, and that's what you're talking about right here. And who knows more about the real estate market in this area than this gentleman right here? You know.
Sure.
But in the importance of it, I'm on the equalization board over in Marion County, so we're involved in the local real estate and the lands and delinquent taxes and those types of things, and the importance of that, the importance of getting that property turned back in to a productive piece of ground.
Yes.
That it can be used again.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously to generate revenue, but just that could be used to be back, whether it's to put housing on, to be forested, whatever it is, it's going to be done. Very, very important.
Oh yes. You know, as I look back over my life, and I look at the real estate investments I've made, and the opportunities I had that I didn't take advantage of, you know. Oh, yeah. I can tell you, I would strongly encourage Arkansans to get involved in that auction process. About 86% of all real estate that's tax delinquent and certified to the Land Commissioner's office, about 86% are redeemed before it ever gets to auction. So only 14% of that property actually makes it to the auction.
Really?
Not all of that 14% sell. Some of it doesn't sell for various reasons.
Is it retained by the state then? If that
Yes,
happens?
it's retained by the state. Now, you can go in and purchase it at any time. You can go to the Land Commissioner's office, and you can look in Baxter County, and you can see which parcels, plots, lots, whatever, didn't sell in the auction, and you go in and you can purchase it. You can make an offer on it, and you can purchase it basically for the back taxes, penalties, and interest.
Now, is there a delay on that, though, that the owner, the previous owner, whoever owned those, is delinquent?
Yes.
They have a time limit that they could come back and say, okay, here, I'll do it and pay, though, right?
Right. Now, used to, it was several years, but I believe it was in 2012 or 14, I can't remember which year now, the state legislature changed that to 10 business days.
Yeah, okay.
The previous owner has the opportunity to redeem the property in 10 business days. Now, if they do come in and redeem that property, it's a property that you have purchased, okay, and they come in and they redeem that property, you get your full amount back, okay?
That's fair.
Yes. Sure. So you're not going to lose money by purchasing a piece of property that ends up getting
So you're
redeemed.
buying something, but you may not take possession for 10 days.
That's 10 business days.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So.
And that's the primary function of the land commissioners.
Yes.
What else is...
Oh, you know, the land commissioner, and of course I know this isn't an area of
We don't have
that has a
oil
big
and-
impact in Baxter County, but in Cleburne County, where I'm from, we're the second largest gas producing county in the state.
Good for you.
The county assessor has about 35,000 real estate parcels and 130,000 mineral parcels.
Wow.
So mineral rights are a big deal in Cleburne County, Arkansas. And they are in other parts of the other counties in the state. The land commissioner oversees the mineral rights that belong to the state of Arkansas, number one. And number two, also he takes care of the mineral rights that become tax delinquent over time. I tell you, that's one issue that we're going to have to deal with. The state legislature is going to have to deal with at some point. The land commissioner's office today has about 65,000 delinquent mineral parcels.
Wow.
So that means if there's natural gas or propane there, nobody's getting the royalties off of their own property. Is that right?
That's correct. The mineral rights become tax delinquent for several different reasons, but the basis of tax delinquency is no one's paying the taxes on those mineral rights. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, no one's getting a check. It's being held in a, I'm going to use the term escrow account, by the production company, whether it be gas or oil, and they're holding it in an escrow account. If those mineral rights are returned to an individual, then hopefully they'll begin receiving a check, number one, so they're going to profit from it. Number two, they're going to begin paying taxes on it, so it's going to help your county.
Yeah.
You know, the whole idea behind dealing with these mineral rights is twofold. Number one, it gives Arkansas citizens an opportunity to prosper financially, okay? And number two, it gives our counties, again, a bigger tax base.
Sure.
And so we're going to be working on, that's one of the first things we're going to try to address when we take office in January, is dealing with those mineral rights, getting those mineral rights off of the land commissioner's books, back in the hands of individuals, okay? We're going to try to deal with that. In 2005, if I remember correctly, I think there were 2,500 tax delinquent parcels. Now there are 65,000.
Yeah.
We have a growing problem that needs to be addressed.
Because you get people that pass, and they may not have had a proper will. They may not have had those parcels divided, or worse, they divided them up against 10 siblings. And now 3 of them are still participating, and the other 7 don't.
Correct.
Some of them probably don't even know.
We
and
had
they're trying to track them down.
Yeah, we had a cattle farm south of Heber for about 20 years, and we owned 50% of the mineral rights. The other 50% were owned or were retained in the 1930s by a company from Doniphan, Missouri, Doniphan Lumber Company, and I believe that was 3 brothers that owned that company back then, and if I remember correctly, they passed away like in the 50s maybe, and it passed to their heirs, and then of course some of their heirs passed away, and by the late 1990s, I believe my wife told me that those other 50% mineral rights were divided 190 ways. So it can get to be a complicated issue very quickly. And
but then if the royalty check was $1.95, you're talking fractions of a cent, and it's
just the process.
Sure. So, but
how on earth did somebody from Donovan, Missouri, in the 30s get involved with land or mineral rights in Cleburne County, Arkansas?
You know, it was their foresight was that in the 30s, of course, they came in and they bought the property.
They were looking to forest, right?
Yeah, they bought the timber. They cut the timber off the property, and then turned around and sold the real estate.
Yeah.
Then they were looking at the potential. Okay, there's potential because at that time there was oil production in South Arkansas. Okay, so they were looking at the potential of maybe being some sort of mineral production in North Arkansas. They said, we'll just keep 50% of the mineral rights, and if something happens, good, and if it doesn't, we haven't
Didn't
lost
cost us anything. That's right.
So, I mean, it was a foresight on their part, but of course no one knew it was going to take that long before we started producing gas in North Arkansas. But you know, I have also looked at and considered, and this is something we'll have to look a little deeper in because I know it can get very complicated. But one of the things we've looked at is perhaps after a period of time of tax delinquency, those mineral rights return to whoever owns the surface rights. Okay, so that
100%.
That puts the mineral rights back in the hands of private citizens. They begin to, hopefully they would begin to profit from it because they would receive the royalty check and then, like I said, begin paying taxes on it also. So we're going to look at some things like that. I've talked to some legislators already about the issue. They are interested. And, of course, you know, like I said, mineral rights are complicated, so it's not something you can make a snap decision on. It's something you're going to have to proceed carefully on.
Sure.
Because you don't want to step on the rights of people who do own those mineral rights.
Is it strictly oil and gas and possibly propane, or is it water involved in a well?
So far, it is not water. Now, it does involve gravel mining to some extent,
Really?
sand, okay? And that's another area that the Land Commissioner's Office deals with. All sand and gravel mining out of navigable rivers, you have to go through the Land Commissioner's Office to get that permit. So the Land Commissioner's Office does deal with that.
Okay.
And another little interesting fact that I didn't know until a couple of years ago, the land underneath a navigable river, take the Arkansas River, for example. Who owns that land? The state of Arkansas does. The soil, the land underneath the Arkansas River belongs to the state of Arkansas. Thus, the mineral rights underneath the Arkansas River belong to the state of Arkansas.
Okay.
So from the Mississippi River to the Oklahoma state line, the state of Arkansas owns that real estate, and they also own the mineral rights for that stretch of property. There's no telling how many thousand acres that is.
Well, yeah.
So
but would that be the same? Then that's the same for the White and Norfolk and everything else.
You know, I think up until the point where it ceased to be what they consider a navigable river.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And the Land Commissioner also oversees the if there's an obstruction that's caused in a navigable river, it's caused by the bed of the river. In other words, not the bank, but the bed of the river. The Land Commissioner's Office handles that. You know, the sinkhole that opened up in the Spring River?
Yeah.
It's the Land Commissioner's duty to resolve that issue. And they did. They took a track hoe up there, and they buoyed off the area to keep floaters and swimmers away from it. And then they took a track hoe up there, and from what I understand, it was a short distance in the riverbed. The water went into a subterranean channel and then came back up in just a short distance. They went in there and they collapsed that roof. So it's just a little deeper channel now. But it protects against being sucked down.
To get that sudden rush of water.
I'm due one stupid question per hour here. So you talk about the Arkansas River, and you remember what happened in the Gulf of Mexico with that oil leak?
Yes.
That was so far down.
Yes.
What if you could find a mineral underneath the Arkansas River and it could be tapped for profit? Who makes the money if the state owns that?
Well, I would say the state would.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. The state
with
would.
Whatever drilling, company or whatever it is that you've got.
So could the profits off of that go into one of the accounts to help reduce taxes for the people?
You bet. They'd go into the State Department Treasury and that's one thing
and it would
about
disappear.
Yeah, probably. That's one thing about the about mineral rights. One of the good things about mineral rights. Last year, the Land Commissioner's Office received, I think it was about $2.5 million in royalties and lease agreements, from gas production companies. Now, $2.5 million in the state budget is not a large amount, but it's a start. It's $2.5 million that taxpayers aren't having to pay.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So in every million that we can collect through a business contract, okay, where we're doing business with someone as the state of Arkansas, every million we can collect, we're not having to collect that out of
every 10,000 you can collect is a good thing. Correct.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So that's one thing we will definitely be looking at, is any possible way that the Land Commissioner's Office can help the state of Arkansas in a business transaction where the state of Arkansas will profit and also the business will profit, okay, because that's the purpose of a business transaction, okay, so that both receive something from it, okay. Any way that we can help do that, we're going to keep our attention focused on that and do everything we can.
Visit with Tommy Land, candidate for Commissioner of State Land, State of Arkansas, 7:30, almost 7:31. You ready to hit those commercial breaks for me? All right, we'll be right back.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Nemus Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza. With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name-brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home. It is almost 7:34. Visiting with Bob Zadora and Tommy Land. Tommy Land's Commissioner for Arkansas State Land Commissioner. And how about raising some money?
Oh.
You know, these campaigns are not cheap, folks. You know, especially when you're dealing with a 75 county race. And I've endorsed Tommy months ago, known him for years, and fine, outstanding gentleman and great leader in the state of Arkansas. And so, you know, go to the website. I'm sure it's Tommy Land
for Land Commissioner.
For landcommissioner.com. And there's ways to send Tommy some money.
Yeah, there's a donate button there. You can just click on that donate button. It'll come in. You fill out the information. And
about time for me to send you another check. I haven't done that in a month or so.
I'll try to make it easy on everybody.
I got a nice thank you note though.
Now
that takes some. I mean, you're dealing with a 75 county race, and to get a personally signed thank you for a small donation.
Oh, I tell you what, I appreciate everything people do. I know at times in my past, I have wanted to help people, whether they be political candidates or just neighbors that were having problems, and just financially didn't have a lot of wherewithal to do it. And but I did what I could, and you know, I tell you what, I think that's all you can ask people to do. Just do what you can, and if they do that to help you as a candidate or help your neighbor by doing something like that, you know, I tell you what, they're going to be blessed by it, and that's just all there is to it. It doesn't matter the amount; it matters
and
what.
For a spot like you're running for, I mean, there's no big PACs or anything helping to donate huge amounts of money to your campaign. You need to run. You need to be in these 75 counties. You need to make people aware that Tommy Land is running.
You got to get the right person in that office.
Well, that's the thing, is to make sure that people know that Tommy Land is the guy you want for that office. That's the important.
Well, you know, and I certainly do appreciate it, Dale. I really do, and Bob. You know, the thing is the Land Commissioner's office is not a well-known office, so therefore it doesn't attract the attention of people who normally make large contributions. Most of my contributions are probably in the $100 range, I would say, something like that. But it's an important office because there is such a great opportunity in that office to affect the daily lives of Arkansans, especially through their tax dollars.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And we're working hard at it. I do have, like I said, I have a way to donate from my campaign page, from my and my Facebook page also, if you want to look on Facebook. I tell you what, it's an expensive deal to travel the state of Arkansas. I left, as an example, I left Heber Springs. I drove to the Capitol one morning. I left the Capitol and I drove to Nashville, Arkansas. I left Nashville and I drove to Crossett, and I drove back home that night. That was 526 miles round trip, and I think I was on the road 13 hours total.
Sure.
So, like I say, it's expensive. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. But I tell you what, I truly want to be able to serve the people of Arkansas. This past Saturday, I was in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium for the Salt Bowl. And let me tell you something, it was smoking hot out there. Man, it was hot. But I got to meet a lot of people, and I'm working hard. That's one thing I'll just say about why you should vote for Tommy Land. I can assure you, I am going to work hard.
Oh yeah.
I grew up with parents that if you wanted to be a happy camper, you learned how to have a good work ethic. Because if you didn't have a good work ethic, you weren't going to be a happy camper. Okay? So I learned how to have a good work ethic, and I work hard. I've worked hard on this campaign, and anybody that's followed it on Facebook will realize that this guy is working harder than anybody else. Running. And I am working hard, and I can assure you, after the election's over with, I'll continue to work hard for the people of Arkansas.
And you make a difference, I have no doubt.
I hope so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we first met down at the Supreme Court.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, I think I was down when I believe when
Sean.
Was it Sean or Rhonda?
I can't remember now. But
one of the two. Yeah, we've been down. Yeah. And so I was impressed. I mean, I was introduced, and I thought, cool dude.
Thank you.
When you're from Cleburne County, Arkansas, that's not the metropolitan area. That's Heber Springs.
That's correct.
You have to work hard to make it in Mountain Home or Cotter, Flippin, and places like Heber, you know. And I was back years ago, you remember when we had I think everybody but us four were running for senator one year when John Bozeman got that nomination. One of the candidates, I asked him point blank, you live in White County, you're a farmer, and you have a flat on your tractor. Who fixes the flat? He says, I do.
That's right.
I've got a 20-ton jack. I got 3 4x4s. He says, I'll raise up that back wheel. And he says, it may take me 6 hours to get that wheel on and off and get the flat fixed.
Yeah.
So he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. And this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, that's the way I've always done it. One of the reasons that my wife and I had the cattle farm was our children were small, and I wanted to teach my children how to work. And
you're going to do it on cattle farm.
Yeah, I grew up on a small farm. I understood the need for everybody to be involved.
Yeah.
And you know, I tell you, both my kids graduated from college and gone on to their own lives. They're both very hard workers. So if nothing else was gained out of that 20 years of cattle farming, it was just the fact that I taught my kids how to work.
Was it dairy or beef?
It's beef.
Well,
yeah.
You know,
and you raised your family with that.
Yes,
sure.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole thing.
That's right.
Well, you know, when I first moved to Mountain Home in 1972, we still had several dairy farms around here. And as a freshman in high school, you know, some of the kids would say, "Oh, I've been up since 4:30." Why? Well, I get up, I milk the cows.
Milk the cows.
Literally,
Right.
literally.
And
by
that's
5
every
a.m.
day.
Every day they were at 5 a.m.
There is no days off with
they
cows.
were milking cows. I don't care if it was 32 degrees outside or 103 outside. They were milking the cows at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And they knew they had about an hour to get that done, so they get back in, have breakfast, a shower, and fresh clothes, so they go into school.
Right.
That freshmen in high school were milking cows at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they had some outstanding work ethic. So,
bet.
you know, this is what I look for. You know, and you're the type of guy that if you get knocked down in the farm dirt, you get up, you dust off your jeans, dust off
Yeah.
your boots, and keep on going.
That's right. Persistence.
Persistent. Yeah.
That's right.
I see you at political events. Obviously, I'm active in the Republican Party in Marion County and was here in Baxter as well. And the importance of that the party, I mean, I've never gone any place where I've seen anybody where you've walked in and I go, oh. And it's always, hey, Tommy, how you doing? I mean, you carry a very good presence. You have a great persona. People naturally want to be and help you. And that's a very important thing. That,
Well, thank you.
You know,
I was at a Christmas party the first part of December last year in Fayetteville, and a beautiful home. I don't even remember the name of the people that had it. And I got there, and the governor walked in, and I was talking with the governor. And about that time, Tommy walked in. The governor kind of, oh, hey, Tommy. So you got that recognition. I mean, with the governor of Arkansas, oh, hey, Tommy, you know, and you're not even in the commissioner's office yet.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, I have worked hard for the Republican Party trying to get conservative candidates elected.
right. There you go.
All over the state of Arkansas. And before I ever started running for state land commissioner, you know, I am a conservative individual. I believe that we have, as a nation and as a state, too many times we have gone the wrong direction on issues. I just truly believe that we need to refocus, and the more people we get local elections that are conservatives, the better off we'll be.
Yeah.
that's right.
Now,
And we've seen that in the state. I think that we've seen over the years since the change with the governor and taking over the other state offices, the other 7 offices, that there's been an appreciable difference. I mean, look at the difference in the taxes and the economy, the unemployment rate,
Correct.
the school system.
Correct.
Any
Well,
number
and I
of
use
things.
my example. Back in 2014, I was a Curtis Coleman supporter. And there was a few issues that the governor and I, the current governor, I said we discussed. That's 2014. This is 2018. We've moved on.
Exactly.
We've
You have
moved
to.
on.
Oh, you have to.
You know,
Sure.
same thing with Leslie Rutledge and the Attorney General. There's one issue I had. We discussed it. We moved on. In fact, Justice Sean Womack says, "You two in the same room?" I said my piece. I'm fine. I'm
Sure.
voting for her. I'm going to support
Sure.
Leslie. Fine.
You
I said,
have to.
You know, she knows my opinion. We agreed. We shake hands. We give each other a hug. Move on.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's time for locally, as the Republican parties of Baxter County, Marion County, Boone County, let's come together.
Yeah.
We need to be one party.
Yeah.
And we can't be one issue, people.
And
we
one
can't
issue.
get so fixated with
Yeah.
one thing. The Reagan Republicans, if I'm with you 85% of the time, we're great.
Yeah.
And we need to remember
Yeah.
that. You know, we get so polarized with one thing.
I'm going to say it right
It's-
now that we can't get anywhere by degrading
No.
our governor or our lieutenant governor or any
no.
elected official within the same party. We can disagree, say, I want to ask a question. What about if we did it this way? And I'm just going to, I'll be point blank. In the Jan Morgan campaign, it was too much name calling, degrading, and that turned me off. If I wanted to run against Ace, I said, the governor wants to do it this way. What about if I wanted to do it this way? If you like his idea, vote for Ace. If, you know, we're in the same party.
Sure.
We're seeking the same goals.
Yeah.
Don't attack my governor.
You know, to me, a political race, and this is the way I've conducted my race since the very beginning, is this. It's not why they shouldn't vote for my opponent. It's
Right.
why they should vote for me.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to focus on. through the rest of this campaign.
And as long as I've known you, I've not heard a negative word.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
I don't.
no.
I don't mention my opponent. I don't say his name. I don't say anything negative about him. What I focus on is this is why I believe I'm the best candidate.
This
I'm
is
the
what
best
I
candidate.
can do.
This is what I can do.
And that's
And-
what all these elections should
Sure.
be that way. It's what I can do, not what he's doing this wrong or they're doing that wrong.
Yeah, you know, truthfully, it's the responsibility of the voters to find out about my opponent.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean? It's their
Well,
responsibility to find out.
Even in the days of radio, I think Bob may have been there when Mike Ross was running for governor. And they said, "You gonna hang him out to?" I've had Republicans say, "You gonna hang him out to dry?" That's not my job.
Correct.
I said, "I'm here to let the man be heard, whether it's radio or TV, whatever the media was." So he was a Democrat. So let him talk.
Sure.
Exactly.
It's the voters.
It's supposed to be for the good of the country.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
correct.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, 7:45. Need to take a quick break. More with Bob Zadora and Tommy Land right after this.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Do you ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Hello, I'm
$7:47, finishing up the show here with Bob Zadora and Tommy Land, candidate for Land Commissioner. And what have we overlooked, Tommy? What do we need, Bob? What do we need to talk about?
Oh, I tell you what, I want to say that Baxter County is an important part of my campaign because of this one issue. When I first started running for Land Commissioner, or announced I was going to run, the head of the State Department of Veterans Affairs gave me a call and said, "Tommy, I want to talk to you about something. If you win the election, here's something I'd like you to consider." There are 2 areas in the state of Arkansas that are underserved for veteran cemeteries. A band across South Arkansas and an area around Mountain Home, Arkansas. Now, the Land Commissioner's Office does have the authority to donate a piece of property to a government entity if that government entity has a specific written plan for that property. So I told him that one of the first things I would do as Land Commissioner is we would begin to look for a piece of property in those 2 areas of state, this area up around Mountain Home in north central Arkansas and the band across South Arkansas, for a veteran cemetery. If we can find a piece of property that is tax delinquent that no one's interested in redeeming, okay? We're not going to take property away and give to the Department of Veterans Affairs if somebody's trying to redeem it, okay? But if no one's interested in redeeming that property and it fits their needs, then I'm going to donate that property to the Department of Veterans Affairs for their development as a state veteran cemetery in this area. Sure am. So that's just one thing that I want to tell you that I'm going to work at. Our office is going to work at. We're going to look at that. I appreciate so much what I have in this country, great freedom, great opportunity to prosper. Still in America, we have a great opportunity to prosper.
We don't have gates to keep people from leaving.
That's correct. That's correct. And I appreciate the reason I have those freedoms and those opportunities is because men and women over the years have stood in the line of danger and protected those freedoms. I think we ought to do everything we can to be a blessing to the families of veterans, to veterans and their families. And one way I think we can do that is providing a place for their loved ones to be interred, and a place that they can get to easily and not have to spend all day to go and spend some time by Dad's grave or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's a big project. It's going to be a huge project for you to do because
but much
for
needed.
them, there's all the other infrastructure and all the things that go on with developing that. I mean, it's not just well, here's the land, turn it into a cemetery. It's a huge project.
I visited a veteran cemetery that's fairly new in Arkansas, in a community called Bird Eye, Arkansas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know where Bird Eye is?
I've seen pictures,
it's north of Wynn.
Yeah.
Just out in the middle of nowhere. But let me tell you something. That is
Beautiful
a beautiful cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful, and they received, believe it or not, they received an award. Only 4 veteran cemeteries in the United States received the award, and they were one of those 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was outstanding. I would love to see something like that in Baxter County.
That'd be great.
Oh yeah, I'll pull that up real quick.
I know that I had talked to Dan Hall about that very thing and the process that it would take to get it done. And Alicia Granis was talking about Bird Eye that wasn't that long ago that they got that award.
No, it's just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, she was going down to be part of the process and the procedure to get it done.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That was my first time to be at Bird Eye, and I tell you, I was tremendously impressed how beautiful it was. It was just gorgeous. And
it's still not the Ozarks.
Still not the Ozarks.
Here's a few pictures right here.
I'm a homie here.
Yeah.
I'm a homie here. This is home for me now.
Yeah.
We can throw a couple of these up so people know this veteran cemetery over here, still small, but look at some of these pictures. This is Arkansas Highway 163, and just look at this landscape. Just so quiet and peaceful.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
just
so
immaculate.
Quiet and peaceful right there. And right here, this is just. If that don't put a lump in your throat, folks. I mean, that's just and the flags. Oh man.
Yeah, it's impressive.
And that's the one over at Bird Eye.
Yeah, I'd love to see that here in Baxter County. I really would.
Well, that's a good cause to take on.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Wow,
Appreciate
that'd
that.
Be great. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what else we need to cover?
Oh, I tell you
what. Have we talked about campaign contributions yet?
Well, one thing I do want to do is I want to make a specific plea to the people of Baxter County and Marion County and just north central Arkansas. We need to get out and vote November 6th.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I know this isn't a presidential election, but our country needs its citizens to be involved in the election process. Please don't sit home. Please get out and vote.
When Republicans stay home, Democrats get elected.
That's correct. Let's continue some progress, and one of the best ways I can think of to continue progress is to cast a vote for Tommy Land for state land commissioner.
There you go.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
We got folks in Boone County, Carroll County, Madison County watching, Baxter, Marion, Fulton, Stone, Izzard.
Yeah.
We got them all over.
Great.
All the way down to Mountain
Great.
View, down at Heber. They can pick us all up down there. So, vote. Tommy Land, land commissioner. Bob, your thoughts?
Not that the importance of it, the importance of local elections, because you're right, it's not a presidential election, but there's a lot of other people that have spent a lot of time and effort locally. Your local officers here in Baxter County,
county
in
judge,
Marion
sheriff.
County, the judge, the sheriff, the quorum court members that represent you every day. It's not just that once a month that they sit up on the dais and have their quorum court meetings. They're work every day when they're doing that, and they put effort into that. And they're out there. They're asking for your vote. They're asking for your time, and anything you can do to help. And the importance of turning out for local elections just cannot be overstated.
Yeah.
And one thing with the current leadership, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ jumped to record highs with the new trade with Mexico.
Yes,
Did
it
you
would.
see that?
Outstanding.
And we were at 26,049 on the Dow Jones yesterday.
Yep.
And so we've got a strong market right now.
Yes, we do.
And, you know,
Well,
Tom,
economy's doing phenomenal.
well, in Marion County, you know, we've got the Tyson thing
the,
going
the
in.
rail spur's going in there, and the
They're
process
putting a
is going in
railroad
with
spur.
that.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
So,
And the
when
boat manufacturers and all the other,
Yeah.
the RV industry and stuff. When you when you drive down 62 here and you see the guy with the boat on the back of the car, the RV on the back, that's all disposable income.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that when you start to see that, you can tell how well the economy's doing
Mm-hmm.
by how many of those you see. And when you see that truck going by with those Ranger boats or Vector boats or whatever the case may be as they're going down there, that gives you an idea of how well the economy is doing.
You ought to drive down I-30 from Little Rock towards Texarkana.
Yeah.
I mean, that is wall-to-wall trucks.
Yeah.
They're moving goods.
Oh, yeah.
They're
They're
moving
looking
goods.
for drivers. They're
yeah.
so short of drivers.
Now, how, was it 5,000? No, 50,000. It's 50,000 drivers is
Yeah.
what they said they were
Are
short.
you kidding?
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
Yeah, nationwide. Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So they're moving goods. That
Well,
means
the last
we're
time I went to
manufacturing.
Nashville, I took a different route. I went up into West Plains and went over Highway 60, so I went over into Paducah, Kentucky. I was telling Bob, all along that area of Missouri, help wanted, we'll hire you, starting pay,
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
blah, 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 per hour, just sign after sign, West Plains, Mountain View, Poplar Bluff, Sykeston, Dexter.
You bet.
And you get into
Anybody who
Kentucky,
says they're not
Tennessee.
working is because they don't want to work.
That's right. That's right. There's more
And part of the
jobs
problem with
available
the
than-
last administration was they made it so easy for people not to work
Yes.
that there's a decision there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can work for this amount of money and have to get up in the morning and be on time, be shaved, and everything else that needs to be done. Or I can stay here and not quite that much money, but pretty close that
Instead of watching the
I
Today
can
Show
just sit
come
here
in,
and
yeah.
play Nintendo.
You know, one of the things in the job market we have, one of the things that's really good for citizens is this right here. Generally, when you have a shortage in the number of workers, what happens to wages? Wages go up. You have a better living.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
So I tell you, a growing economy is not just good for manufacturers. It's
no.
good for individual citizens.
Sure is. Surely
and,
is. Surely is.
And I tell you what, and you know, I truly believe that's what Arkansans need, is they just need an opportunity to have a good job with good wages.
Yeah.
It's
And-
self-esteem, it's self-discipline, it's self-respect.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can't help but think that somebody that gets up 5:30 in the morning and is at work by 7 or 8 o'clock has a better feel for themselves than, like Bob said, just sitting around with the Nintendo controller in your hand
We
all day.
sit there with the four of us.
And
I mean, we're all workers. We all work.
Yeah.
You know?
you know, there is a part of human nature that's so important, and that's this: when you look and see your neighbor, and your neighbor's prospering, and your neighbor's doing well, and your neighbor's got the new four-wheeler,
that's right.
then you know what you think? I'd like
That's
to
right.
work where he works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
I'd like
And
to
you
make
just
that.
feel better
So,
about yourself.
you bet.
Generally, even when the economy tanks, people talk about that, and they see Fred isn't working. They go, "Well, the economy must be terrible. I still got my job, but it must be bad because he's not doing well." And then that transfers, goes both
Sure.
ways. When they see people doing well, you feel better about everything.
That's
you
right.
do.
You sure do.
And with candidates like Tommy Land, everything he said benefits every tax-paying citizen in the state of Arkansas.
Yes. Yep.
It's not about me. It's not about the candidate. It's about, if I were able to do this, then the taxpayers in Arkansas could get a break here.
Yeah.
And his whole thing this last 45 minutes has been thinking about the tax structure and how it affects Bob and Scooter, myself, and everybody else watching.
Sure. And every time we don't have to raise the property tax in any county, in any community, that helps.
You bet.
And being
You
able to
bet.
turn these parcels of land, and the faster we can do that,
Yes.
the better off the state is, the
I
better
agree.
off all the citizens of the
Yeah,
state are.
yeah. That's what we're going to focus on, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's great.
And once again, campaign contributions are welcome.
Yes.
If we had just 25 people give $100, that's a shot in the arm for today.
Oh, most definitely.
If you do that
Sure
5
is.
days a week, man, it'd be great. Anyway, Tommy Land for State Commissioner of Land, State of Arkansas. Tommy's been a good friend for many years. Like I say, we first met down at the Supreme Court during a swearing-in ceremony, and somebody from Collinsville, Illinois is calling me this morning.
You know, they have a silent button for those, Dale. It's, I mean, you kind of work your way through there.
I wonder who's calling me from Collinsville, Illinois. I've been in Collinsville 4 or 5 years.
He's got a deal for you, Dale.
Yeah. They want to contribute to Tommy Land for Land Commissioner of
He'll
Arkansas.
take that.
Anyway, final thoughts, about 30 seconds.
Oh, I tell you, first of all, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you having me on the show this morning.
Anytime, Tommy. You
And
bet.
thanks so much to the people of Baxter County and the help they've already given me. And other counties. I tell you what, North Central Arkansas is my home. I live in Heber Springs. I know what life is all about in North Central Arkansas. I want you to vote for me come November 6th, please. Thank you.
Well, that would tell you goodbye. Tommy Land for Land Commissioner. Thanks, Bob Zadora, being here. See you tomorrow.
Sir.